Dear Charlotte, it's been a wild week in the US. The thing most pressing on my mind is the Supreme Court's decision to allow ICE to detain people they suspect of being illegal for speaking Spanish, having an accent, their appearance, so someone with Native American, mixed Native and Spanish or African heritage, or performing a job that is typically done by immigrants. The news broke about that decision, and only people in my already small political circle reacted. Everyone else acted like nothing had happened. These people kept saying, "Oh, I just don't listen to the news. I'm just in my own little bubble," with a giggle like it's a cute character trait. And I just have to nod because it's usually at work. But all I want to do is say how privileged and naive. I wish I could ignore the news, but I can't because it directly affects me and the people I care about. And even if it didn't, we should still care about strangers, because it's even worse when another Latino or one of my cousins tells me not to worry and that it will work itself out. They sincerely think they will always be safe. It will never be them on the ground, an ICE agent looming over them, ignoring their pleas that they're citizens, that they're legals. I hope it doesn't happen, but to pretend it won't is naive and stupid. People have unfollowed me for saying Charlie Kirk promoted hate and violence. I've unfollowed them for saying he was a good Christian man. One of them is my co-worker, and a mutual friend scolded me for being dramatic and intolerant. Maybe I am. I got into it with a supervisor who proclaims that she grew up sheltered and just doesn't know any better, but is open to learning more. She says that the right and left are both being ridiculous right now and that no one deserves to die for saying what they believe. I agreed, but I explained that the lack of outrage about the Minnesota political assassinations, mass shootings, and ongoing genocides made it hard to understand why the death of a man so hateful seemed to draw more sympathy. She agreed with all of that, but then me pointing out the kind of person he was and his cruelty made me not mourn him. I was saying he deserved what he got. I had to tell her that while he did not deserve his death, he contributed to the political environment we're in, and that I didn't appreciate being lectured on morality by someone who admits to being a sheltered white woman from Nebraska. I have lived and seen the damage that men like Kirk inflict. She apologised and said she hadn't considered that, never meant to imply that I said he deserved it, and that she's grateful I take the time to educate her, and that we get along despite her being conservative who voted for Trump. Although she always gives the disclaimer that she hates the man, she just voted for the party. Insert eye roll. I just smiled and excused myself. I stopped myself from saying it shouldn't be up to me to hand you information about why people are being hurt. I shouldn't have to convince you to care. I'm so tired of having to explain to people that the hateful things others are saying have real-world consequences. I'm just tired.